Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, or otherwise strange content. Today I've been thinking about how I've been really nostalgic for Disney World. You know, when I was a kid, we would always go at this time of year because we were homeschooled and we liked to dunk on the school kids that had schedules to stick to. That paired with the fact that it's pretty much a gamble of your own life to go anywhere non-essential right now, it just makes me miss it a lot. And I recently became aware of the 90s Tower of Terror movie that Disney Channel made back when the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror ride was initially built, kind of like a promotional thing. They filmed chunks of it at the actual ride in the park, it looks like. And the Tower of Terror being one of my favorite rides, it made me really want to cover this movie a while back, but I kind of forgot about it. And then a bunch of you reminded me of it in the comments of the last couple videos. So I thought, you know what? It's a Halloween movie. It's the perfect time. Let's cover that today. So that's what we're going to be doing. If you don't know, I think everybody does, but if you've never been to the Tower of Terror, you don't really know what it is. It's that ride that they have at Disney World where they take you up in like an old looking elevator and then they drop you. Because Americans are like, hey, you know, it would be fun. Let's almost plummet to our death and then not.
Welcome to the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
I'll take you to 13.
And when the doors open, you're in for the elevator ride of your life.
That's vacation. So anyway, let's just get into this movie because it's pretty spectacular. The movie starts out with this kind of witchy ASMR type intro backed by music that sounds like it's from the Haunted Mansion movie. I will forth the might of the starry realm to bring fire energy to pierce the night. And then we are thrown into the flashback scene of all flashback scenes that kind of sets up the story of the ride, which if you're unaware, it's that 5 people get into this elevator in 1939 and then they die. The elevator crashes when the building gets struck by lightning. It's very, very sad. Family-friendly content. I wonder how period accurate these 1930s costumes are. I feel like they're not. Like, that's my instinct, but I'm not an expert. I'm not like a fashion historian. Somebody send this movie to Bernadette Banner. See if she'll cover this and break down the costumes. We need an expert's opinion. The 5 people that end up going into the afterlife are this happy-go-lucky bellhop, this snarky movie producer, executive director person, and his girlfriend who is like a famous singer. And then there's also this like child star. She's kind of like a Shirley Temple type. And then her like governess. Very upbeat music for what's about to happen. The period of this scene is 1930s, but everything about this movie is already super 90s, you know what I mean? So at exactly 8:05, the elevator is hit, and the rest is history. Or something. Now we flash to the present day where our main protagonist character, who goes by Buzzy, even though he's a grown person, he is staging a bunch of pictures because he works for the National Enquirer, or I'm sorry, the National Inquisitor.
Frozen ghost found in freezer?
Anyway, he's staging fake alien pictures. As you do.
Don't even think about it.
That seems like an oversight on Buzzy's part. You think he would have been like, hey, there's a real person in this costume, so don't saw its head off. That feels like it's on him.
How do you think this stuff up?
It's called being a habitual liar. It's kind of not a great thing to be.
For helping me out. It's the one, right?
Yes! Oh, you're wicked great. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for helping me lie to the public. Here's a necklace.
You're the best!
Ah!
Hey, what about our deal? You gotta help me plant trees.
Poor mom just wants to plant trees and help the environment. What's wrong with you people? Right, so Buzzy works for like a tabloid, but he wants to work for a real newspaper. He used to work for a real newspaper with his used-to-be girlfriend. Needless to say, he's not very wanted on either front.
Chili! Gotta go.
Very sad for Buzzy boy.
Do you remember that crummy little seafood place in Malibu where the fish kind of taste like shoes?
Yeah?
I was just thinking that maybe you and I could go back there and have dinner together.
You remember that terrible little restaurant that I took you to By the sounds of it, we almost got food poisoning and died. You want to go back there? Very romantic. So anyway, Buzz comes home to find that a little old lady has broken into his house, kind of. But it turns out that she's kind of his biggest fan, and she needs his help with a story. Inciting incident time.
Does this building look familiar? I was there.
So this lady's basically like, hey, you know that hotel where all those people died? Well, I was there.
Emmeline Partridge. She was
Sally Shine's nanny. Looks like a real witch.
Nice, Buzz. Disrespect the dead. Great job.
She was indeed a witch.
Oh, well, you're probably in the clear then. So this lady's like, hey, the governess of that little child actress was indeed a witch who cast a spell to try to kill the child actress because of how much she hated her. Very harsh. Just quit your job if that's the case.
It was her black magic that made Sally and the others disappear.
So basically she wants him to go back to this old hotel, the Tower of Terror, to retrieve a spell book that she saw the governess using back in the day when this lady was a little girl, because apparently when the accident happened, they all just like up and abandoned ship immediately and everything got left right where it was. It's very strange.
Don't you mock me. I have lived my whole life with the memory of what happened that horrible night.
Lady, calm down.
Whoa, geez. So he doesn't believe her. She backs him into a corner literally, and then he's like, oh wait, I can make money off of this. Okay, I'll do it.
Buzzy, this is your chance to write a story that people have been wanting to read for 60 years.
It's amazing that his whole purpose in life at this point is just to con money out of people by selling them bogus, extreme stories. And he didn't think of the profit margin first. You know what I mean? Like just this morning you were staging an alien abduction picture, but now all of a sudden you're worried about, like, plausibility? But then she reminds him that there's money to be made, and he's just like, oh, right, money, I like that. And then he decides that he's gonna do the job. So here he is at the Tower of Terror. I'm pretty sure this is some of the footage that they filmed at the parks. Whoa.
I just love doing that.
So this guy, believe it or not, is the heir to this mansion and all the fortune that comes with it. The whole of his fortune, his family fortune, is on hold until somebody figures out what happened. So he's just kind of a caretaker, I guess. He's quite the individual.
Walnut?
I will say that.
I just pay the taxes and hire maintenance dudes to keep the place from falling down.
Oh, I didn't notice that creepy laugh the first time I watched this movie. That's terrifying. Yeah, so basically his grandfather was the bellhop that died. He was the heir to the whole of the fortune, and he was the bellhop. That's very sad for him. I don't know what it is about every movie that has like a haunted building or mansion or what have you, where the doors always close on their own. It's like, I guess ghosts are just really concerned about the AC. They don't want to let bugs in. They don't want to draft. That's your main concern in the afterlife. So he's in the Tower of Terror alone. He's looking around. There's this scary owl with glowing eyes for some reason. I don't know why. Very jump scary for a kid's movie, this movie is. Why did I say that like Yoda? Jump scary this movie is. God help me. Anyway, he finds the spell book pretty easily. Good for him. But then some more scary ghost stuff starts happening. We stole your dead flowers. Meh. Top tier 90s effects right there.
I call forth the might of the starry realm to once again bring fire energy to pierce the night.
Okay, that's a pretty rookie move to be reading the spellbook out loud. I've seen enough of these movies. You don't read the spellbook out loud, Buzzy. So he's got this spellbook and he's like, you know what would be even better? If we stage some fake photos that are supposed to be the photos of the deceased people in this building. That won't be disrespectful or tacky at all. Let's do that. And let's have my 13-year-old niece help me out with that.
please.
Please.
And I love how the niece just really likes helping her uncle get away with these, like, scams. She's just like, Mom, come on, can't I help him defraud the American people, please?
I thought you said the place was haunted.
It is. I've never been inside.
You've never been inside?
No way, dude. It's haunted.
Yeah, but it's haunted by your relative. Like, that can't be that scary to you, right? I'm sure ghosts are very nice people if you just give them the chance. So he has his niece posing as the child actress. This actress shows up. She was apparently hired for some agency to be the governess.
Claire Poulet.
Filet? That's chicken in French.
Ouch. Oh, and by the way, this is Melora Hardin. I think that's how you say her name. You'll probably remember her as Jan Levinson Gould from The Office, or Trudy Monk from Monk. If you remember Monk, then you're a real MVP. But immediately, Buzzy forgets how badly he wants to get together with his ex-girlfriend and starts hitting on her super hard.
It's just, you're too young.
Another 2 job. Too young, too old, too skinny, too fat.
Nice going, Buzzy. But now the ghosts are taking it up to the next level. Don't like that. Don't care for that. I would have been traumatized if I saw this when I was little. Lucky for me, I did not. If you saw this when you were little, I'm so sorry, you probably had nightmares.
You know, I could have been an actor,
Oh, that's nice.
except I can't act.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty big problem, huh? So he goes back and tries to sell this story to his ex. She's not really buying it. But all these extras seem very interested, especially this lady who looks directly into the camera. Bless her. But as soon as she kicks him out, the ex-girlfriend immediately turns around and does a background check on the old lady who brought him the story in the first place, the one that was, you know, there as a little girl.
Chloe. I need you to do a background check for me on an Abigail Gregory.
Yes, because that's totally not a common name. I'm sure you're going to find the correct person right away. That's all the information you need to do a background check.
Miss Partridge used black magic to banish Sally to the underworld.
Nice nanny.
Buzzy's such a funny character to me because his reactions never seem to match what's going on. Bless his heart. He's always, like, way too excited at things that he shouldn't be super happy about, and vice versa. He has these, like, underwhelming reactions to, like, really important things.
Don't tell me this is Sally Shine's hair. Yeah.
Her hair? Yeah. I mean, it's just hair, dude. I mean, it's hair from a dead person, so, you know, maybe I can kind of see where he's coming from.
What's this?
EP. Emmeline Partridge.
Ugh.
Okay, after the hair thing, where did you think she was going with that?
Tomorrow night is All Hallows Eve, the night of the curse.
That's your birthday, right?
So this granny's birthday is on Halloween, and her birthday wish is to, like, do this, like, seance curse thing to, like, reverse what happened that one night at the tower, which is badass. That is super hardcore. Buzzy's up at night reading this one bit of the curse over and over again.
The spell of passion can only be countered by its contrary.
Why is this story so important to you?
I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that this is plot exposition and will come in very handy later on, and they really need you to know what this specific curse says right now. Also, I love how the niece is just sleeping with all of her makeup on. That's how you get breakouts, kid. Don't do that. So the next day, they all go back to the hotel to get this curse over with, and the older lady who really wants this to happen, they're like, aren't you coming with us? And she's like, no, that's okay, which immediately makes me suspicious of her. Sorry to be suspicious of such a seemingly nice lady. Even the actress from the day before is back, and then Buzzy's just kind of like taking her picture and hitting on her some more. Aren't you not supposed to take people's pictures from, like, down looking up? Doesn't that, like, make their face look really unflattering? I don't know, I'm not a photographer. I love the continuity of where he's standing. He's in front of the banister. He's behind the banister. He's in front of the banister. He's behind the banister. My movie stopped playing. I think it's mad at me for being nitpicky. Your continuity is fine, movie, I'm sorry. It started playing again. It's sentient. I'm convinced.
Seriously, what do I care about some moldy old ghosts I don't even know?
So Buzzy basically admits that he's only in this for the money. This disappoints nice actress lady. Meanwhile, the niece is in the hotel alone. That can't be good. Don't spill ink on the paper.
If anyone needs help, it's you.
Oh god, this really is horrifying. This would be horrifying for a little kid to see this.
You're a bad girl. A very bad girl.
Well, I didn't notice that before. That makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I don't mean to be overly dramatic or like make things into a big deal when they're not. Like, especially with Under Wraps, like after that and seeing like how creepy they were with the little girl in that movie, I don't really put anything past these movies. And like even some of the stuff that Disney has on their streaming service right now is a little bit questionable. So like I don't know. Feel free to tell me if I'm just being too sensitive, but like that's a little bit weird, right? So the ghosts are like, hey, fix the elevator, go away. Meanwhile, ex-girlfriend finds out that the old lady has been a patient at a mental hospital since she was a child, basically since the accident happened, which is definitely a little concerning. And then right as that's happening, the ghosts roll up on Buzzy and Anna. And plot twist, actress lady was one of the ghosts the whole time. Oh, so the ghosts need to get up to the party on the top floor to break the curse so they can like cross over. And it has to be by 8:05 on Halloween. I will give them props for not making it midnight on Halloween like every other Halloween movie. Back at the mental hospital, the ex-girlfriend, she's trying to get in to snoop around this lady's room.
Well, she must be out. Guess I would be too after 60 years. You know, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I get it, because she's had to spend her whole life at a mental hospital. I get the joke. And right as Buzzy and Anna are accusing the ghosts of the governess of basically being responsible for all of them dying and the elevator crashing, another plot twist. Ex-girlfriend, she finds some very disturbing things in the old lady's room. I don't know why that sound effect is such a funny sound effect to put at what's supposed to be such a scary moment of the movie. Yeah, so that lady is evil. Bummer.
Oh, this is very disturbing to me. I'm gonna deny everything.
I love that this institution director is just like, oh yeah, that is concerning. Tell anybody and I'll just lie my ass off. Honesty. That's our policy here. So back at the hotel, now that they know that the governess is innocent, they're trying to fix the elevator so they can help all the ghosts cross over. Kind of confusing, I know, but also not really.
I thought you didn't care about moldy old ghosts you didn't know.
Now I know you.
You're still moldy, though. So they enlist Q, that's the great-grandson's name. They enlist him to help them build the elevator, and they're like, he's our only chance, even though he can't even, like, start a car properly. He can't even fix a car battery.
Probably made her more nuts.
Gets me every time, that sound effect. Anyway, now the ex-girlfriend is interested in the story, so Buzzy ditches the ghost. He's just like, oh, I know that they're gonna be doomed for all of time and stuck in this hotel for a whole nother year in purgatory, but I really want to get back on the payroll at the newspaper, so hope they're fine without me. And then he ditches out of helping them.
Can we do this tomorrow?
Excuse me, I'll call you.
I mean, that's a little unreasonable. Like, can he just do it tomorrow? He's trying to help ghosts here. Have a little bit of compassion. So Anna's very disappointed in her uncle, and she swears that she's going to help the ghost by herself. What could go wrong? Oh, also, not only is the old lady the one that caused the curse, but she's Sally, the little child star's sister. I don't think I mentioned that, but spoiler alert, that's a thing.
Stop with the ghost stuff. You gotta write the story.
Quit it with the ghost stuff, Buzzy. You gotta clicky clack on the keyboard and write your story. Also, they put in a lot of ADR of, like, ambient lines of people in the back being like, well, I'll see you in the morning, and I don't know why they did that. It's so unnecessary, and it just sounds really goofy.
I'll see you guys in the morning.
So Buzzy remembers that he's supposed to be the good character and runs back to the hotel to help. Grandson gets reunited with Ghost Grandpa. Very cute. But they're not having a lot of luck fixing the elevator, and Buzzy puts together that basically, I mean, I think we all know this at this point, but basically the lady who sent him in initially to get the book basically needed her spell book back to finish the job. I guess she couldn't go in because she was too scared of the ghosts of all the people that she had killed. So now that he's given her her spell book back, she's going to, I guess, do the spell again, but this time all the ghosts won't be in purgatory, they'll be in hell. Again, this woman is super metal.
Don't do it, Abigail. Please.
It's already done.
Yeah, there's no bargaining with her, Anna. I think it's a lost cause at this point. So at the worst possible time, Q gets the elevator up and running, and all the ghosts get in, and then Anna's like, wait, no, it's a trap. And she manages to get Sally out, but then she's stuck in the elevator, so uh-oh.
History's about to repeat itself. My niece is going along for the ride.
Like, that's a very, crisp one-liner to have when your niece and one of your only living relatives is about to die, sir. I don't mean to judge. And to her credit, ex-girlfriend just kind of adjusts to the fact that ghosts are real pretty quickly. So they find Abigail, and she basically explains that she was jealous of her little sister because, you know, everybody was concerned about her because she was the famous one and nobody really even cared about her birthday. So she decided to kill her. Absolutely brutal. But then the ghost of her dead sister comes in and Buzzy's just like, let's guilt trip her into doing the right thing.
If you could talk to Abigail, what would you tell her?
I'd tell her I'm sorry.
Which is pretty warranted after what she's done, to be honest.
For not getting to her birthday party.
My birthday.
It was a surprise.
Well, don't you feel silly now, Abigail. So now Abigail realizes that she's royally screwed up, but it's too late. She's already cast the spell. So now we get to the scene that surely was the scene that they reverse engineered the whole movie backwards from. It's the scene where, like, they actually have the Tower of Terror thing going where they're in the elevators and they're gonna drop. So they get in the service elevator, which has been working the whole time. I'm not entirely sure why the ghosts couldn't have just ridden in that elevator, but, you know, bigger problems right now. They get in that elevator and kind of have this scene where they're trying to, like, rescue Anna out of the elevator that's about to crash.
Come on, Anna!
No way.
It's okay, Anna. It's just a really bad green screen. You'll be fine.
Come on, Anna, you gotta trust me!
I've been so completely untrustworthy until right now in your life. You gotta trust me. And then right as the elevators are dropping, Sally forgives Abby for what she did. They disappear into like a cloud of light, and no one dies. Yay! Also, the elevator's working now, so the ghosts finally get to go to their party.
I don't believe this.
I mean, all things considered, after all that you've seen, I don't think it's that unbelievable, you know? I mean, I get what she's saying, but they've already seen some crazy shit at this point in the movie.
It's our Sally.
It's our Sally. I don't know why that's funny to me. So all the ghosts get to go to heaven. Big Hollywood producer man proposes to actress lady. I forget both of their names in this movie. Anyway, he proposes to her. She says yes, even though he's kind of been a pretty big jerk this whole movie, but, you know, whatever, we'll forgive him. Happily ever after for everybody, including Abby, who is now apparently also a ghost version of her younger self. I don't know, ghost logic. But now that the ghost problem is solved, Q gets to inherit the, you know, the hotel and all of his family's fortune. It's kind of an unfair thing that he didn't get to inherit it before then, because, like, it wasn't his fault that the place was haunted. But anyway, he gets the family fortune, hotel opens back up, happy ending for everybody. He's just got like a fleet of bellhops and everything. It's great. And Buzzy and his ex-girlfriend get back together. Yay! And the movie ends with a picture of the 5 characters posing just like the 5 characters at the beginning did before they died. I'm sure that's not a bad omen. That's not unlucky at all. It's fine. And that's the end of the movie. I really hope that I get this video up. I have this bad feeling that this might be one of those things that Disney tries to copyright super hard. I don't want to repeat performance of the Mr. Boogedy situation, but I don't know how it's going to go. So If you watch this video and there aren't as many like clips as normal, I'm obviously going to try to put in as much as I can, but I'm really going to try to just put in the bare minimum. I mean, it's super campy, super cheesy. I call everything campy, I know, but everything that I talk about is campy, so. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you as always for being here, for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Anything and everything you do to support this channel means absolutely everything to me. You guys make my day. I love reading your comments. I love that you guys enjoy watching these videos. It's really important to me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!